All right, so this is going to be the only video I promise that you ever have to watch on calculating your calories. It's like this big confusing thing that everyone has a hard time with, but it's super simple and it's just an easy math equation, and you just plug your weight into it and you can figure it out. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this so you know exactly how many calories, grams of protein, carbs, and fats you're supposed to be eating for your specific goals, where you're at, and where you're trying to go. So pay attention to this, take notes, take screenshots on your phone. If you're on a computer, take pictures of the screen, whatever you have to do. But at the end of this video, you should be able to walk away, calculate your macros, and know what you're supposed to be eating from a calorie standpoint going forward. How to calculate your calories. So this is a general math equation that you can take and figure out how many calories you're supposed to be eating a day. If you need to lose fat for fat loss, you can take your body weight times 11. If you're looking to gain muscle, if you have a fast metabolism and you're skinny, you can take your body weight times 15. This is going to put you in that ballpark and get you a good start. Obviously, you need to watch your visuals every week, your body weight changes on the scale, and then adjust accordingly. But this is going to get you pretty close. And this 99% of the time gets me on the green when I'm making a meal plan. So example, if you're 175 pounds and you take times 15, that's 2,625 calories. That's what you're going to be eating a day. Example two, if you're 260 pounds and need to lose fat, 260 times 11 is 2,860 calories. So that's your general ballpark. And again, you're going to have to adjust this based on your visual feedback and based on the scale weight. Calculate your protein, the most important one. If you look up on Google, it's going to say you need 1 gram per pound of lean body weight. That study was written by some fat dude behind a computer that doesn't go to the gym. We need more protein. We push shit a little harder. We want a better physique than most. We operate at a level that most don't. So we do 1.25 grams per pound of lean body tissue, per pound of lean muscle weight, whatever you want to call it. If you're overweight and need to lose fat, you don't multiply your current weight by 1.25 because all we're trying to do with the protein is satiate muscle protein synthesis and preserve any lean muscle tissue that you have on you while you're in a cut. Your total body weight includes fat weight. We don't want to be giving your body fat any protein, if that makes sense. We want to just give your muscles protein. You can find your ideal body weight by doing a visual estimation. If you're 260 pounds and carrying 35 pounds of excess body weight, your ideal body weight is around 225. I can guarantee if you're around the 6 foot mark and you're 260, you could probably shoot for 225. It's a fair assessment to say you have 35 pounds of fat to lose. To confirm this, you can get a DEXA scan, an in-body, and find the exact lean mass and fat mass you have and do the math for it. Subtract the amount of fat mass you realistically need to lose from your total body weight, and that'll let you know how your ideal body weight. Obviously, if you're 175 pounds, we're just doing 175 times 1.25. So 175 times 1.25 is 219 grams of protein. If you're trying to gain weight in a bulk, have a hard time putting on muscle, 219 grams of protein. Example two, if you're 260 and you have an estimated fat loss of 35 pounds, your ideal body weight is 225. 225 times 1.25 is 281 grams of protein. This is what I said down before. You don't want to be feeding your fat storages protein, your fat tissue protein. We just want to feed your lean muscle tissue protein. Any extra calories that we don't need to preserve the lean muscle tissue, we're taking away so your body feeds on the fat. I hope that makes sense. To calculate your fats, you take your body weight times 0.4. Fats are good for stabilizing your hormones, for muscle retention, for testosterone, for hormone stabilization, for digestion. Fats are good, so you need a certain amount of fats in your diet. If you're 175 pounds times 0.4, that's 70 grams of fat. Example two, if you're 260 pounds times 0.4, that's 104 grams of fat. Unlike the protein, when we took the ideal body weight and figured out the protein mass, fat is very important for you to stabilize hormones and to aid in fat loss and digestion and mood regulation and libido. So you can take your fats for now and take it times your current body weight if you're 260 pounds. So 260 pounds times 0.4 equals 104. Believe me, if you take your body weight 260 times 11 and eat at those calories, you could eat 104 grams of fat and you're going to lose weight, buddy. That's going to happen. And then you adjust accordingly based on that. So as your body weight drops and you start losing body weight, you readjust your macros, and that 104 will be 98, then it'll be 87. You know what I'm saying? So just adjust accordingly. This is just to get you started. Backload your carbs. Take a drink real quick. Let's get a dry mouth when I'm yakking. Now we figure out your carbs by using the remaining calories after protein and fats are accounted for. So you remember for our first equation, the 175 times 15 and the 260 times 11, those calories. We have to calculate your calories from the protein that we just got. Calculate your calories from the fat, add them together, and then subtract them from the total amount of calories you have available to figure out how many calories and carbs you can eat and not go over your calorie amount. I know that's a lot, but just it'll make sense. So your protein in grams are 4 calories per gram for protein. Fats are 9 calories per gram. Protein calories and fat calories added together equals total accounted calories. Total daily calories subtracted from total accounted calories equals remaining calories for carbs. So carbs have 4 calories per gram, protein has 4 calories per gram, fat has 9 calories per gram. In our math equation here, the 175 times 15 was 2,625 calories. For protein, we did 219 grams. Fat was at times 0.4, so 70 grams. You figure out the calorie amount now. So backloading the carbs, protein calories are 219 grams times 4 calories is 876 calories in protein. Your fat calories, you take 70 grams times 9 calories per gram equals 630 calories. You add the protein calories and the fat calories together. 876 plus 630 is 1,506 calories. You take that 1,506 calories that you have, you know you can't go over 2,625 calories, so the difference is how many carbs you're going to be eating. We know that carbs have 4 calories per gram, just like fat. So when we take our total accounted calories and add them together, subtract them from our total calorie amount for the day, we end up with 1,119 calories. 1,119 divided by 4 calories per gram equals 280 grams. So your total split for you wanting to gain weight and have a fast metabolism is 2,625 calories, 219 grams of protein, 280 carbs, 70 fat. And again, you adjust off this based on your visual feedback and your weight. If you eat this for a week and it's not enough, guess what? You're eating 350 grams of carbs, and we're doing 80 grams of fat. Like you have to keep on top of yourself. This is just a number to get you started. Example 2. If you were 260 pounds, 2,860 calories. We reduced your ideal body weight to find your protein. So your protein's 281. Fats, we left at 260 pounds for hormone stabilization, digestion, fat loss, and libido. Excuse me. So 260 times 0.4 is 104 grams of fat. We do the same math calculation. Fat calories plus protein calories subtracted total calories equals remaining carb calories. Remaining carb calories divided by 4 is 200 grams. 200 grams of carbs. So if you're 260 pounds, looking to lose weight, and don't know where to start, 2,860 calories, 281 grams of protein, 200 carbs, and 104 grams of fat. And again, as your body weight drops, you need to readjust these. So if you're 260 and you eat at this for a week, and then you're 250 pounds, just redo the math at 250 pounds minus your protein ideal body weight. Just do the same math. So this is the quick reference chart. 175 pounds, 260, we've already talked about all this. This is just you can screenshot this, whatever. You can start at this even if you want, and you'll start getting results, I promise. How to determine your ideal body weight. We already spoke about this, guys, but again, you can do a visual assessment in the mirror. You can get a DEXA scan. You can do an in-body test and subtract your fat mass from your lean mass and figure out how many pounds of fat you actually have to lose. But just a general rule of thumb is men are supposed to be between 12 and 18%, and women are supposed to be between 20 and 28. That's on the higher end of things. If you're over 18%, you need to go into a fat loss stage. And same for women. If you're over 28%, you need to go into a fat loss stage before you worry about going into a bulk. So that's how you depict on if you're on which end of the scale, if you're on your that you're at. If you're 30% body fat, you probably need to do times like 12 or times 11. If you're 12, 11, 10% body fat as a man, you could probably go ahead and do, times 13, 14, 15 and start off there. Adjustments and notes. If progress stalls after 3 to 4 weeks, drop calories by 100 to 200 and reduce carbs by 20 to 50 grams. This is for if you're losing weight. If you're wanting to lose weight, you're 260, you start at this, nothing happens, drop your calories by 200. So instead of, 2,625 calories, you can eat 2,425 calories for a week and see if that works. As you lose weight, you need to recalculate your macros every 15 to 20 pounds. Protein targets will stay relatively stable because we based it on your lean muscle mass. So there shouldn't be a whole lot of changes to your protein because we're not changing your lean muscle mass a whole lot while you're in a fat loss phase. You will be gaining muscle, but you're going to be losing fat a whole lot faster. So protein will relatively stay the same. Your fats are only going to increase from 0.4 times your body weight if you are on anabolics or your calories are getting to the point where you're causing GI disruption and bloating and gas from all the carbs you're pushing. So fats are a good way. You can also add in extra calories without causing volume. You know what I mean? Because carbs, you can only eat so many grams of carbs before you have to start getting in a higher calorie amount from other sources because you're dealing with digestion issues. Hit your protein target every single day. This is the most important part. Your carbs and fats can fluctuate, glycogen storages, digestion can fluctuate. Your protein intake and preserving that lean muscle tissue or building onto lean muscle tissue, giving your body a reason to have that adaptive change to that stimulus to growth because you were in the gym is your protein intake. So 100% hit your protein intake every day, no exceptions. So that's it, guys. That's exactly how I calculate all of my meal plans for myself, for all my clients, and is the most straightforward way to do it, the easiest way to do it. Obviously, nutrition is just one part of the many variables that go into building a high level physique and being able to maintain it for life. If you guys want to see how the nutrition side of this is implemented into the actual program itself, when to cut, when to bulk, what those visuals look like, what your training protocol should look like around each one of these stages being fat loss or muscle gain, you can go to my YouTube and I have a video called the Anabolic Reset that goes over my entire method.